Hey everyone, John Henry here from School of Trade, and today we're going to be taking a look at a potential setup on gold. This morning we had some really strong price action from a news event that came out and really just hammered gold straight down. Now you can see we had this wedge low right here that was broken really easily, and now we've come up to retest it right here. So what I'm looking for is a failure of this retest and a push lower from here. So I want to find a potential trade setup to hop on board with, and right now we've got the 3JJ bar chart setting up with a potential 1, 2, 3 or an ABC reversal to the downside. Now I really like how this one looks, especially as we're falling off of and retesting that wedge low down here. That adds a lot of fuel to this fire. So now that we've basically pushed up, tested it here, and have now kind of caught a little bit of movement down, this is a perfect opportunity for us to hop in to the short side with a nice little pullback. You can see as soon as we tested it, we had a lot of trouble moving through that area. And now that we're failing back down, we've also had our signal reset. That's pretty much the green light to hop in on this one. So as we fall down here, I want to find entries that I can hop in. Now, we aren't completely below for a golden wave setup exactly, but because of the overlying wedge that we're dealing with, as well as a failure to go lower from there, definitely more than enough. I don't like how that's, we'll do 8. I don't like as much the long side, or at least a failure back up. You can see we tried a couple, well, more than a couple. We tried here, 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 here. We did fall lower, giving us a potential double top. As soon as we crossed right back up again, we've now fallen lower again. The buyers just, they don't have a handle on this, or having a really hard time getting this to go really in any favorable direction for them. So I'm going to be adding in my positions all the way up from 11.5 here to 11.8, 12.1, 12.5, and 12.7. Those are going to be my scale-in entries. And as we fall lower, they might adjust a little bit. We'll stick with 4. Let's bump this down, bump that down. We'll stick with that as is. Okay, so there's a couple of minor adjustments there as we push a little bit lower. As we drop lower and lower, this is going to become more and more favorable. And the reason behind that is as we fall lower, we're going to see an opportunity for this pullback. Now, the further we fall, that's going to extend the bottom range of this, which is going to move our trigger zone down to meet the rest of these BMTs right here, this white line here, as well as this gold line there. So as long as we keep falling, that's going to basically make our entries more and more favorable. Now, to the downside, our overall target's going to be 1309.8, a couple ticks ahead of that. So 1310.1 is going to be our overall target. Now, before we start filling our targets, I'm going to fill in my stop, bump that up to 5, as well as if we start getting closer to that, once we get that filled, then I can add that target down at 1310.1. So we'll add that in. And now we're just waiting for the rest of them to become scaled in. We're sitting right on that 1311.4, and we've got our first fill. Now we're just looking for this market to either move up a little bit more into the trigger zone. Preferably, you can see right here we've got one of our BMTs. Now what I would really like to see is a move up into that zone, maybe a little bit further to fill the second one here at 12. But that's going to be an exact test. A reversal bar off of that's going to be one of the highest percentage areas that we can hop in. So that's going to be the most favorable scenario, but if we can't get that move, at least we'll preferably run straight into our target. That's always a good thing if we run, get that first fill, take so far a tick of heat, and then run directly into our target. Gotta love those setups. So we'll wait until we get a couple more fills. If we start breaking a little bit lower, we'll come back and see how it turns out. Okay, we're back. We just had a strong push down that filled our first target. So we got that first target taken off at 1310.1, and that gives us an overall, with an average position, about 14 ticks or so. So now what we've got is we've got a trailing target that's left. Our stop is sitting just above the swing, so we're barely risking anything. We're risking 2 ticks. So if we do get stopped out, we still made more than enough money. But if we continue lower, as long as we continue keeping these lower lows, breaking new lows, I'm going to continue trailing this stop down. Now this is an example of one of a more kind of advanced price action trailing stop that we use, but this is hopefully a way that I can show you a couple different ways that you can manage a trade. So we'll come back once we get taken out, and then we can look at the overall trade at the end. Okay, guys, we're back. We got that final trailing one, got taken out a little bit further down, down at 1309.1. So we eked out quite a bit more out of that one. From our average position, right around, got another 24 or so ticks on that one. So basically what I was looking at is as we came lower, we went through this first area and we did catch a bounce. Now that's a little bit nerve-wracking when you see a bounce right off of your levels. Usually when you see that, you'll get a rejection back higher. In this case, we cracked lower, and you can see we got shaky through here. Came up, retested it on the other side, rejected lower. As soon as we came into this one, we formed another reversal bar, giving us just, I mean, that's kind of 3 warnings. You got 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th warning to get out, and that just so happened to be right on top of our main extension to the downside. So that was more than enough for me to just pull the plug and just get out. So overall, a really, really solid trade. Now you can see we're rejecting higher. That's why we get out down there. Very nice trail on that one. If you have any questions about it, feel free to send an email to School of Trade. We'll be sure to get back to you as soon as we can. Have a good one. Bye.